Okay, first of all, I'd like to bring up the fact of the gang enforcement, and that gang enforcement's to put them around the children is like totally ridiculous. And you're sticking ex-gang members and gang members around gang enforcement, and they're supposed to be trusted. I think that is totally ridiculous, and that's why I'm against it, because we can't, parks should be parks, police should be police. They've already tried putting police, or the kids said they didn't want police in their schools, and the city said, so what, we'll put them there anyway. I see the same thing happening here. You know, people should be comfortable about going to the parks, doing these park programs, and you got a lot of youths out there that don't feel comfortable with basically going to a parks program with gang enforcement, which typically goes after Black and Hispanic gang members. And not just gang members, but Blacks and Hispanics as a whole. So that's why I'm against that measure.
Thank you for keeping your testimony relevant, Mr. West. I forgot to ask you to state your name for the record.
Right. My name is Robert West.
Thank you. Mr. Callahan?
Hello, my name is Michael O'Callaghan. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm going to give you a very radical thing here. First of all, I'm in favor of it, okay? We're not going to do anything in our community to solve the problems of violence as long as drugs are illegal and prostitution is illegal. We come, as we all know, from a very Christian background, and this ethic has taken hold and has not budged much. But you see a country like Portugal, where they decriminalized drug possession, not legalized, decriminalized. And you see Oregon here, where they legalized marijuana possession, same in Alaska, same in Washington. All those drugs, all that marijuana that was being produced illegally is now being produced legally. Diminished a lot of conflicts. What I would propose, which is quite radical, is what I call an ozone, okay? I enjoy the city getting money off of our ills. Also, it's important for me, if you have a cancer in your body, you would just as soon put it in one particular small place where you can deal with it rather than having it through your body. We've got it all through our body. We need to take an area of Portland and declare it an ozone city, fence the thing completely secure. Nobody leaves without security or enters through security. And anything you want is available there on a per dose basis. You're going to get drugs that are pure. You're not going to get people that are going to die because you got shoot up rooms and you can help them, and they're not going to overdose because they only get it on a one dose basis. And have you mind died of an overdose? Okay, it's rampant in the community. Okay, we need to be mature about this. Okay, and the city can make a fortune off of this. Okay, and they can afford to feed people like they're not doing now. Okay, it's very mature, and I realize a political death knell if you propose it, but I'm not on the political platform. You guys are. So anyway, that is a solution to this problem. Okay, to keep pumping money into this thing is absurd. To keep all these police that need to be policing all this stuff in the community. And the community needs to deal with it all through the community. Okay, if we put it in one place where it's legal in that place, just in that place, there'll be no crimes committed. They've shut that place down. They're going to catch anybody that does any criminal activity. Okay, there's a radical solution, but it is a solution that will work, that will make our communities healthier. Thank you for the time. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Welcome. Please state your name for the record.
Good morning. My name is Diana, and I really am in support of this team building program. The fact that it has been around for 7 years, to me, is very impressive. Someone growing up in this community, it's very important to see that the youth is engaged, that the youth has programs, and also the fact that they're bringing law enforcement to kind of bridge that gap and build that trust. I feel that it's very important because when you have people working together, when you have a community working together, relationships are so much better. And so the fact that even the team program is being aware of how many organizations are being supported, they have 7 organizations, and two organizations that they were supporting are no longer, and they've been shuffled out, and there's a new program, there's a new opening for a program. So I do like to see, and I really appreciated Commissioner Hardestein's question on that, because it is a legit question. You don't want something to say, this is the commiseration of when we gave ourselves an award for something, right? Like, that's ridiculous. You want to see hard work, you want to see people working together, and it is good to see a positive rotation, because that brings, a breath of fresh air. It gives opportunity for new growth, new relationships, and new partnerships. And so I'm really pleased with this agenda item. I'm really pleased with this topic, and I'm in full support of this. I was really moved when they talked about how they created it back in 2015 because of the numbers becoming really, really high on gang shootings. It's a really hard topic to talk about. It's a serious topic. It's not something you want to take lightly at all. And so bridging that gap and being a beacon for youth, providing education and giving resources, because we don't know what the daily lives of every single youth in our city is like. And we don't know what resources they actually need. So the fact that we are continuing to keep a rotation to provide it, the only thing I would encourage is more education as far as promoting this and putting it out there so families, independent youths know what is available to them, and making sure that we target all the different communities, the Multnomah County community, the Vancouver County community, the Washington County community. It's very important to just promote what these programs are doing and what is available. So,
Thank you. Commissioner Hardesty?
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Thank you so much for your testimony, all 3 of you. But I had a couple of very specific questions for you. Have you participated in any of the programs that were presented through this grant?
no, I have not participated in these programs. I grew up in Washington State, across the border, so it doesn't transcend into Washington State. I came out to Oregon back in 2015 due to displacement.
I would cautiously recommend that we not assume that because this document says that there were that many gang-related shootings, that is really what happened. We are getting one perspective of what was taking place in 2015. So I don't want you to walk away thinking that we all believe that there was 182 gang shootings that year. So I want to be clear about that. I appreciate you talking about building relationships, but how familiar are you with the officers that are invited to participate with young people in this program?
I'm not familiar with the officers for this program. However, I will say that I have had many interactions with officers here in the Portland City, the Portland Police Bureau. I know the officers that work in the sex crimes unit, and those who are advocating and providing resources, including just the fact that there was a bill passed to unify the tribal nations, and it's being spearheaded by the Oregon Police State. They are taking this on, they are unifying the tribal nations. So I do see a lot of positive advocacy with law enforcement, and that is one of the biggest, that's one of the biggest things that I want to see continued on. I want to see that relationship to grow, because it is intimidating when you see someone in a uniform and maybe you're not feeling your best, maybe you're not looking your best, or maybe you're walking on cloud 9, but it can still be intimidating because you want to check yourself for some reason.
I appreciate your I appreciate your testimony, thank you so much. And that's Oregon State Police that are actually spearheading the sexual, the tribal
Yes.
bill. Thank you, appreciate you being here.
Okay, this is the first reading of the non-emergency item and moves to second reading. We are now back on track with our regular agenda. Carla, will you please call item 500?
Amend purchasing schedules for building, electrical, land use services, mechanical, enforcement, plumbing.
She's living on a
site
drain.
development, and land use services.
Wait till she gets contact with gang enforcement.
Colleagues, this is a second reading. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Carla, please call the roll.
Fish.
Aye.
Curtis.
Aye.
Fritz.
Thank you to Elshad Hajiv, Kyle O'Brien and Kimberly Talent in the Bureau of Development Services for their responsiveness to previous testimony about the historic resources. Thank you to my colleagues on the council for also taking an interest and for allocating money in the budget so that we can provide some general fund subsidy to keep those fees more reasonable. And I appreciate the work of the staff of the Bureau of Development Services, particularly Elshad, and your attention to the financial sustainability policy and the attention to detail of keeping the funds in each place that they're supposed to be, following state law, building code, the whole 9 yards. It's very impressive work. Aye.
Vicky.
I vote aye. The ordinance is adopted. Carla, please read item 504.
Amend fee schedules for tree permits.
Colleagues, this